So did you end up doing anything after the show last night, MD?
Oh boy, did we. We went to the friendly bar and I got... I blacked out.
Lessons.
Yeah, I flipped out at Marcus.
What did he do?
Well, he was putting up... He was like, I'll put up this guy if he comes back because he got a lot of shit.
Shit here? Yeah. Headphones.
Because he put up this guy who is a rapist and then...
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
He doesn't think that he's a rapist because the woman who accused him...
Did you get your sandwich already?
I did. It's right here.
Okay.
I love the idea that that's a matter of opinion, too.
Yeah, well,
I don't think he's a racist.
The woman who accused him ended up retracting her statement publicly in a way that felt like she was being intimidated.
Right.
And...
That sucks.
Yeah. And so he was like, yeah, he's innocent. She retracted it. And I was like, I don't think that. And
yeah,
also,
I was like, that's not how that works.
no. And also...
Well, 2.5% of accusations are false.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so...
thanks, Lena.
Oh my
it made
God, I
people
love
feel really shitty
Hero.
that he allowed him to go up at his mic at other bar. And
then you got a little defensive.
And then there was this thing on Facebook, and Jade said something, and then Marcus doesn't realize that just because the guy can he can't kick him out of the bar, but he can prevent him from going up at his open mic.
Yeah.
Also, you can absolutely kick someone out of your bar if they're
But it's not his bar,
Right.
is the thing.
Okay, yeah.
And that was his,
As a bartender,
that
is
was the thing that
absolutely
he
one
was
of my rules.
failing to understand was...
You're so strict. No rapist.
No, right? We don't.
Dude,
Listen,
honestly,
fellas.
that is, pretty strict.
For New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or for anywhere.
Anywhere.
For any bar, yeah. I mean,
Sucks,
bar
but-
culture being what it is,
But what he couldn't understand was that, he was like, the problem is him being around, and I can't make him not be around. And then it was like, no, you just shouldn't invite him into the
Also-
fucking scene
Right.
at
Right.
all.
don't give them a window to sneak through.
Exactly.
So everybody
is
take your time
delicious.
eating, and then we'll intro the guest in case we need to cut all the mouth sounds.
The guest.
Like 2 seconds.
That worked out. It was so serendipitous. I just said hi to Luke, and then I just found out Sam canceled, and Luke was like, I'm free.
Well, he'd already offered, and I was like, Sam's better. But,
Well, yeah, objectively.
yeah, professional comedian, but...
Hey, you're welcome for the song, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that your voice on the intro music?
That is not me. That's Mr. Chris Lyons.
What instrument are you playing in the?
I play guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're on that one.
I'm on that one.
On that
Yeah,
recording.
we have a record out that I'm not on.
Well, we won't plug that one. We'll just plug the one that you're on.
It's self-titled. People will find it.
Yeah, he was in the studio. They just cut all of it.
Yeah, basically.
It's like what I do with your jokes on the podcast.
Yeah, fuck you, man. You've been cutting some gold. There was
Really?
something funny on the fucking Kyle one that...
What I got?
It was...
You edit these? How are they still 90 minutes?
Because we record 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we record 2.5 hours of specific
Wait, is that
name
how long
drops.
I'm going to be here?
Oh, you're gonna be here all day.
Yeah, I mean you can leave whenever you want, but
No.
But we drove him.
that's true.
Yeah,
you can
I
walk.
absolutely cannot leave
Yeah.
whenever I
Is my mic on? I don't think it is.
It is.
Oh, it is? I'm just not close enough to it?
I fiddled with you a little bit.
It's okay. You'll be
we were picking up a
screaming
lot of
pretty soon.
talk.
Hello.
Okay, don't scream. Just talk normally,
All right.
like a normal.
Check 1 2.
That sounds like you're getting picked up quite well.
Having
Really? I can't hear. It's my headphones.
Oh, are you having trouble with the headphones here?
I can't hear through the headphones.
Here, let me see your phones.
Am I wrong?
Your cans.
Yeah, I can't hear anything through them.
Oh yeah, these are not on at all.
I was like,
Also, just having listened to the show, I don't think you'll be screaming soon, but you'll definitely be going,
well, I just wolfed down a cup of coffee and a delicious breakfast sandwich. I feel like I could eat 5 more. When I'm
want some of
hungover,
mine?
I'm just like a bottomless pit. Only if you actually decide you don't want it, but I bet in an hour you'll want it.
I want it.
You want it. Yeah, eat it.
Yeah, that was a bad move offering that. I know you need that.
I so badly.
I'm just living off fucking cold breakfast tacos these days.
That's tough, man.
Leftovers
Do you have
from
any
work.
more of that avocado, or did...
No, there's
did Whip
so
Appeal
much of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, are you asking me if he has more of one avocado?
Yo, you got some of that left, right? It's in Jeff's car.
It does work. Okay.
I like how you can't differentiate between your mic being off and everything being off.
It took a second. I realized.
All right, I can turn you down now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You had to turn me up.
I forgive you. You realize what?
Yeah, you should have known it was the headphones, not the mic.
Shame on you.
Wait, so I'm on this. I've listened to every episode, so if I can just like jump in for Mary Devon. I did Molly last night, you guys.
Which I did not do. I only drank too much.
Well, see, there's your problem.
Yeah, had it just been Molly, you'd be fine.
Oh man, I hope my car's still there.
I'm sure it probably might be.
It probably is.
You were parked in a perfectly fine
Fine
area.
spot. Okay.
Also, I offered to drive your car, and you were like, I don't know about that, and I was totally fine.
I just assume when I'm drunk, I assume everyone's as drunk as I am.
So a friend of mine told me recently she we like played a show together, and then the after party was at her house, and I didn't go. And she told me the next day, she's like, yeah, I spent like half an hour trying to get into my car to like go buy more beer. Which immediately I was like, I'm so glad you didn't.
I'm so glad that failed.
And then she's like, we woke up the next day and I looked at my roommate's car and the like lock was just scratched the fuck. She spent half an hour trying to get into her roommate's car to go buy more beer.
Oh my god.
God damn.
Oh wow, that is.
Was she trying to break into her own car?
No, she was trying to unlock the door and just like couldn't make it work.
Gmail used to have a Gmail, like do you all have Gmail accounts?
Yes.
I don't know.
No, I have AOL.
Okay, so suck my ass.
Suck my eyes.
Suck my ass.
Gladly.
Like like they have like the Gmail labs where it's like little add-ons that whatever. One of them is like you have
What
to
do you
solve
work for them or something?
You tell me. You have to solve like math problems before you can send an email to like certain like your ex or whatever.
Oh, smart.
Yeah, and like I think phone too. They're like apps that'll prevent you from drunk texting someone unless you can like I don't know say what the first 15
I
prime
feel like
numbers
I could do
are.
math drunk.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Could you do math sober?
Yeah, no, I'm good at math.
I'm bad at
9 times
math.
7.
I don't know, man.
63. Wait, I was like 53.
53.
I said that not knowing the answer.
I think 53
I
might be a
did.
prime number
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it can't. Mm-hmm.
It is?
Yeah, give me numbers. I'll tell you if they're prime or not.
Okay. 420. I'm just gonna give you even numbers.
Yeah.
I was about to be like 69 is a prime. 'cause it ends in 9.
1011.
There's
no,
way
it's
yeah.
divisible by 3.
Yeah, I know.
What's that?
1011.
1011.
Yes. I don't know.
Probably.
No, that's 10 times 11.
Oh. No, it isn't. That's 1100. Wait, no, that's not 1100.
You think multiplication works by you just add the number
That's
to
110.
the end of the number?
What's 30 times 40? 3,040.
When I woke up today, I thought a mimosa was gin and orange juice.
Oh, God.
Man,
I have
that
a-
Snoop song would have been so much cooler if
I have
it
a
was
perfectly
rapping
rolled
about
joint.
mimosas.
Oh, yeah?
Interested in that. They don't want it, but
Is it a spliff or is it a...
it's a joint, and it is humongo.
Yeah, I think that might be
I'll wait.
dangerous.
Very clean, too. Very, like,
That
properly rolled.
Did you use them...
yeah. I didn't roll it. Someone rolled it in Atlanta, who's very, very good at rolling joints.
Oh, okay.
Can I at least say that?
Yeah.
Based on what I've heard about this guy, he's very good at rolling joints.
Yeah.
I'm done.
And Jeff brought it home in his suitcase, and he was like, it smelled so much like weed there that my whole suitcase smells like weed. And then a minute later, he was like, oh, wait, there's 2 joints in my suitcase.
That helps, yeah.
Yeah, he texted me that at 4 a.m. for some reason. And I was like, this does not affect my life at all, Jeff.
Well, for some reason, I thought y'all like flew to Atlanta and back. It was like, all right, government shutdown. Like, there's some benefits
Right.
to this shit.
I've accidentally brought weed with me on a plane. I don't think they care very much, especially about small amounts. Like,
I think Scotland has a joke about accidentally bringing Adderall on a plane or something
ooh,
like that.
see that? I would be afraid of.
That's made by doctors. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've brought Adderall on purpose on the plane, thinking it was fine.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there was that time you and I tripped on acid that our friend like forgot he had in his pocket when he flew down here.
Oh yeah, Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still worried about.
That was a hilarious trip for me.
I had
That was a bad
Ambien
day
in
for everyone else.
2011, and I was flying back from London for an LSU Study Abroad month thing, and I was so excited because I had 2 Ambien in my like Advil or whatever normal over-the-counter drug thing, and I left it. It was the only thing I left, so I am so nervous that someone accidentally took my Ambien. But probably not. It looked different from all the other pills.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll
Is Ambien
smuggle.
fun, or do you just go to sleep?
I just have trouble sleeping on planes. Actually, Ambien makes me hallucinate like crazy, and my mom used to take it, and she thought that it was fine to give it to me.
Great.
And she gave it to me and my friend when we were in high school to try to sleep, and my friend full on hallucinated. Like she had like a really bad trip, and my mom had to like call her parents and apologize.
Sorry, I dosed your daughter.
She just thought since she got it from the doctor for sleeping and it just knocked her out that it was fine. Like,
Well, I love that. That's like the joyless 21st century, like, pharmaceutical version of, like, well, we give the kid a shot of whiskey during
right,
depression
exactly,
to put him to bed.
right.
Right.
Which
But it's not
I think
even as
people
fun
did
as
to me
whiskey.
as a baby.
Yeah. Like rub whiskey on the baby's gums. That was one.
A drop of bourbon in the bottle kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
Now
no,
we
it's
just give
like, yeah,
kids meth to do like better on standardized testing. So
I'm
and then they all
happy
become
about
great athletes.
I wonder if anyone's ever like smuggled a bottle of water through TSA by putting it in a condom and then putting it in their ass to save like
a condom full of water tied off at the end.
I
I'm
gonna go ahead and say that hasn't happened.
It should
No.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a bottle of holy water through customs in Ireland because the people that were running customs were Catholic.
Yeah.
Like my friend gave it to me and I was just like, I don't know what like the ounces are on this. I don't know the volume, but it's for my ailing mother and she needs a blessing. And they were like, all right, we got to talk about it for a second. And they like went into the back room and like discussed. And then they came back. They're like, all right, tell your mother God loves her.
That's a very good Irish accent.
That's very sweet.
That's pretty good.
It's my Irish friends told me I nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Your mom's better now too. So
She is doing a lot better since
Oh, was she
then.
sick?
She had like a heart thing a couple of years ago.
Oh, so you weren't even totally lying.
I was totally lying. I
Oh,
gave it to
okay.
a different person.
Oh yeah, I bet your
thought this was
parents aren't
sincere.
Christian.
Absolutely not. No.
I was like, this is actually pretty sweet. I know Courtney, fucking, you know.
No,
did a
yeah,
good
no.
thing.
It's like these dumb potato people will believe it.
Dumb potato people.
You just told a very sweet story about people saying like sending well wishes to your mother, and then
Oh,
you're
they
just
were
like
so
these
kind.
dumb potato people.
I mean,
are
also, if
really
there was
stupid.
some like
They're pretty
Jew
dumb.
equivalent of holy water, they would have just smashed it. So
Bagels, right?
yeah,
I'm not
the
gonna.
water in New York. That's
Yeah.
what makes the bagels so good because it's fucking all blessed by a rabbi. That's the dumbest shit. Like the pizza dough and the fucking bagels, they're better in New York because of the water.
I don't know, man, because there's like a place here in the CBD that like imports water from New York to make their pizza dough with.
Really?
It's called like Brooklyn Pizza or something. It's like in a strip mall, like in the CBD. And I went and like
It's good?
There's a noticeable difference. It's really good pizza.
Maybe. Well, there's also probably a noticeable difference because there's not very much good pizza in New Orleans.
There's also there's 2 places you can go.
Right. I mean, I, as someone who like has only lived in Louisiana, think all pizza's great. But I like have eaten pizza in New York once, and I was like, "Oh, is this much better?" Yeah.
Oh, dude, we went to this place in Atlanta, Antico's, and that's the best pizza I've ever had. I've been there twice now.
Jeff sent me a picture of it.
It was so fucking good. They give you like this chili oil to put on the pizza.
God, that
and I
sounds
put
so
so much
fucking
on
good.
it that my asshole was just on fire for the next 2 days, but it was worth it.
Damn, that's a
the
good pie.
second time in 2 weeks that I've burned my asshole with chili oil.
Just to feel alive.
Yeah, I mean, I make my own, and I know it's gonna happen, and I still do it because it's so fucking good.
Oh man, at that dumpling place last night, I did that. They give you like chili oil at the table. What you do is you slice open the top and then just like fill that like the soup dumpling. So it's like the
Absolutely.
broth in the dumpling, and then you just mix the like mad chili oil and like vinegar.
My stomach is in pain listening to this, but I still want that
Sounds
right
so
now.
good.
What are you doing tonight? Let's go tonight.
I got the show, but you know, otherwise.
We'll get there early.
Where are you talking about going?
Don Jin, the new like dim sum place in the quarter.
Oh, I have not.
How do you spell that?
DIANXIN.
Okay.
Okay.
It's out of control, y'all.
Yeah.
All right. I used your chili oil to fry up a pork chop last night.
Was it good?
It was really good. Yeah. It was really good. It didn't get quite as infused as I would like it to be. I need to cook something more porous with that.
What if
oil.
you
Marinate
marinate
it, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
You don't ever. Oh, when you're like me. If I ever try to marinate something, I'm like, all right, it's been 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I need to eat it now.
Yeah. That's basically, yeah, I don't think
Unless
far
I'm
enough
drunk.
ahead. I mean, that's
Yeah.
why I have like a fridge full of Soylent right now, is because I don't think far enough ahead.
I need to get.
Yeah, that sucks, dude.
Okay, first of all, we should have Deja on the podcast
Hell
one
yeah.
day. Also, one night it lives on in lore because I've never been able to reproduce it. I made the best chicken because I was like blackout, and I just put like a bunch of spicy shit with orange juice, and then put the chicken in a Ziploc bag, and then we forgot we had done it.
Fucking citrus brine. That actually sounds pretty good.
It was
Yeah,
so
no, that sounds
good. But like I've tried to reproduce it, and I've made chicken that was like way too sweet. Like I don't know what I did. It was like the perfect proportions of like Tabasco and like sriracha and whatever the fuck else I used. And then
Did some
I
ginger in the orange
left it
juice?
for like 16 hours, and it was the best chicken I've ever eaten. It was so good.
I feel like that's got to be like Jeffrey's influence, right?
No, that was when I was in college.
Whoa, really?
I only ate like Hot Pockets at this time, and I was like, I'm gonna make chicken, and
Well,
then
could-
I started and forgot.
Because I have a lot of nights where I'll like get food on the way home and then forgot that I picked it up, and then that's my breakfast.
Yeah.
So just like
Yeah.
preparing food and then forgetting you did it.
Yeah, that is
It's
later.
called slow cooking.
Yeah, Jeff also was very drunk and made like a really nice meal last night at like 3 a.m.
When I
And I
lived,
had 2 bites of it.
and had 2 bites and passed out with all the food out, and we have roaches, so that was great.
when I lived in Iowa City, my upstairs neighbor, the guy who I thought killed himself when my bike tire exploded,
Wait, just the pop.
but he fell asleep. Like he got home drunk. He boiled water to make pasta and fell asleep while the water was on.
Holy shit.
And he set his apartment on fire. And I was lying in bed, and I heard a fire alarm, and I was like, he's probably just cooking. And then I like kind of drifted back off, and then I heard a second fire alarm start going
Like
off.
the other neighbor in the apartment or something.
Like probably like one in his kitchen and like one in the hallway or something. Like when the second one started going off, I'm like, oh no,
You
this
were like,
is
he
not
needs
good.
to open a window.
So I called the fire department, and they sent somebody over and broke down his door, and he was still there, asleep in his bed with headphones on, listening to like drone music
Oh my god.
on these like giant circumaural
The
headphones.
music is just a fire alarm.
Yeah, whatever. Like, anyway, so then they like put out the fire or whatever, and then
He couldn't smell smoke, though? I mean,
he was asleep. I mean, he was shit-faced and asleep, I guess.
okay, I thought he was just listening to drone music.
No, he was asleep. And anyway, so he didn't die.
So everyone in that apartment building
You
has
saved
a
his
class
life.
action suit against
Yeah.
Brian Eno.
That's what he says, and I'm like, no, the fireman saved your life. I called I dialed it.
Who was that? Who was that guy?
His name was it starts with an I. Ivan.
Okay.
Ivan Garcia. I think.
His last name, Social Security.
When
What?
I lived with Deja, I fell asleep probably after Spanish Moon, in the bathtub because when I would get nauseous, which I did even more in college because I had like this weird stomach thing, and I was drunk. But I would go in the bathtub because the only thing that made my stomach feel better, and often I would pass out in the bathtub with the water, like with the drain, like what is that, sealed? And I fell asleep and I'd flooded half the house.
Ooh, that's tough.
When I woke up, I had flooded half the house, and I was just in like freezing cold water that had been running for like 30, 40 minutes. And Deja and I were not doing well as friends at this time. So she woke up, and I took all of my clothes and all of my towels, and I sopped it up, and it didn't even really damage anything since I got it so fast. But there was like an inch of water through our whole hallway and into my room. It was crazy. Yeah.
Was that when y'all fought?
We had a bad fight. Well, we had another bad fight about something else, but I think that was previous to the big fight, but we were not doing well already. It was like, yeah, but she just woke up and like
Because if that
looked
was
at
the
me.
precursor to a physical fight, that,
Oh shit. We got into a real bad physical
Yeah,
fight.
she's in the right in that. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that night.
No, not that. That was a different night, and neither one of us was in the right, but yeah.
Who won the fight?
I got locked out. Oh man, that was a bad fight. I guess I won because I was not blacked out, but I don't know.
No, I mean, if you're fighting a blacked out person.
I mean, she was fighting me. Like, it was just me being like, stop hitting me. She broke an ash. She tried to kill me. She threw an ashtray that was like extremely heavy from like 20 feet, and it missed my head by like an inch. And then she took it and took all of it, and it was still full of ashes, and did this on my head.
Damn.
Yeah, and I was just trying to... She ripped off my shirt, so I was crawling around in the street.
Nice.
Yeah.
We should definitely have her on the podcast.
Yeah, we're fine now.
You've had multiple drinks thrown at you, right?
Multiple drinks. Yeah. By multiple people.
She tried to fucking kill me. Like, she was, like, out to kill me. Mm-hmm. And then she threw all my possessions. Like, she was just, like, throwing them in the street. So we lost our house key, and we both got locked out of our own house.
Well, I feel like if you're fighting someone who's blacked out drunk, like, you're never going to win. Because,
right.
like, the fact that they're still up and moving in that state, like, they're so
she couldn't
tenacious.
feel pain.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't
They've
even...
already won.
Well, she's not making
consciousness.
memories. There's no way she's going to feel anything.
We were both so thin and, like, just tiny, but she was just a waif. Like, and so it was just an issue of her coming up and hitting me, and it didn't hurt, and then I would just push her down. So it was more of her, she was fighting me.
Wait, did her shirt come off too?
No, it was just mine.
Just tell me for
But yeah, it was a bad fight.
Yeah.
There's also
So she was using the ashtray to kind of even things up because you had the edge.
Right, but she also started the fight. It was kind of about nothing and also everything. It was just like a long time
It was the Seinfeld of fights.
Yeah.
Well, that was a good story. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
There, Mary Devon.
Oh, was it a bad story, Michael?
No. Yeah. Although without the details of why it happened, it's not as fun.
Yeah, I know, but
you can't.
Are you not allowed to?
It's just not. We're past it. I wouldn't want to go into
You don't want to
that.
relitigate it.
You want to get her on the.
We
pod
got to save it
eventually,
for
so you can't.
exactly.
Yeah.
We got to save it for that.
Also,
the Deja
we should
episode.
never talk about that ever.
Ever again.
No.
So
Like,
the
not
last,
even
like the last
now?
5
No.
minutes, just cut that.
Yeah.
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 I'm fine talking about the fight because the fight was funny.
That is funny.
So cut the last 5 minutes and just edit in me going meow, and then that'll be the story.
You should have a catchphrase, and it should be that.
It should be me.
Yeah. Cool. Benjamin, what do you guys think about Donald Trump?
I'm out of here.
I think we should actually just... If we have to cut that much of that shit...
We don't have to cut any of it.
we don't.
I was just saying I can't say what the fight was about.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
never
just-
mind.
that's
I was
just
like,
No, this
fuck,
is
dude, do we
fine.
gotta, like, start over?
No, this is fine.
no,
I didn't
no.
say anything that has to be cut.
We
Yeah.
gotta start over with what do you think of Donald Trump?
Well, yeah, and I was like, that's a terrible...
What do you guys
That's
think
a writing
of?
prompt for your students.
What do you guys think of the government?
You said government.
Yeah.
I know it's how it's spelled, but I always say government.
Yeah. I say government, and I say Wednesday.
You do? You say Wednesday? I'd believe it.
Yeah.
I got
this.
You got that same pamphlet in the mail, right? The
Luke.
libertarian.
Oh, yeah, we all got
Oh,
that.
Luke's hair looks dumb. I'm going to take a picture.
Oh, no.
No, I'm
no,
not
don't
taking
you-
a picture.
don't you dare.
You look like a founding father.
Like one that's just taken off the wig, or
Yeah.
one that just dyed the wig.
Dyed the wig brown. Get a side. I want a side view.
All right, wait, I'm here.
There she is. Now it's a mullet. Okay.
I don't like this.
I won't post it.
That really is the worst I've seen you look in quite some time.
I'm feeling exactly how I think I look right now, so
Yeah.
that's perfect.
I know I look bad. I think this is actually, I probably look better than I usually do when we're doing the pod.
it's actually a very nice sweater.
Thank you. My mom got it for me.
Is that the sweater you were wearing in
much
the
you want
logo?
No, that's a different sweater that my mom also got for me. My mom gets me all my sweaters.
Yeah.
I'm a baby.
Can I see that picture? I'm like, now I'm concerned.
Yeah, I won't post it. It's funny.
No, feel free.
That's the mullet.
Oh, Papa.
And then this is the other one.
Well, that's cute.
Oh, that's really bad.
You're just so red because I was embarrassing you.
Yeah.
No, I'm red because I'm so hungover.
If it makes you feel any better, people take horrible pictures of me every day of my life. And I'll show you one. People post these on the internet. This is just me as an orb with the big belly.
Yeah, but no one can see how puffy and red your eyes are on
Yeah,
that
that's
picture you
true.
just took of me.
There's so many people that like take those pictures and no one likes them on Facebook. And I'm like, why are we doing this? Why do you... I hate comedy photos.
Is it cool? Can I go grab a cup of coffee?
Oh, please do. Yeah.
When Luke gets back, I have a question for him.
Okay.
no.
Well, you should write it down on a notepad.
Okay.
You looked good in a braid last night. I was like, oh, I was taken aback.
You were like, Mary Devin doesn't usually look good.
That's not true. That's not what I was thinking.
They're like side thing. They look good.
Thank you.
It did.
Yeah, I did it for Frenchy Friday at my school, which I should not have said. It's okay. You don't have to cut it.
Everybody.
knows.
Well, I won't. I was just gonna say that every day
is Frenchy Friday.
It's Frenchy Friday at your school.
The actual French people all wore yellow vests, which was very.
Is that in solidarity with the thing, or
I think it was more as a goof with the thing, but I think for some teachers it was in solidarity. I think they just all agreed to do it, and some of them are more political than others.
That's funny.
But I don't know. They're French.
I mean,
people.
it's popular as hell, so
yeah,
they're probably at least for it if they're doing it. You know.
So, what was your question for Luke? By the way, who's our guest?
Oh, this is Luke Oleen-Junk. He's my best friend in the whole wide world.
You guys are so
too, buddy.
They love each other.
So why do people hate your band, Luke?
Oh man, I don't even know. I don't even know if I can talk about
They
that.
have a really good band. Their band is the Bottom Feeders, and they're very, very good. So
Yeah, we're your theme music.
Maybe
That's
people
me.
just hate your band because not a lot of people are that talented in New Orleans.
The thing is that a lot of people are that talented.
Yeah.
It's just
that's
none of the people that don't like us.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like hard to say. What I grokked from what my friend was telling me the other night is just like, I think, like, man, I don't want to get into this. Like,
Oh, you don't have to.
like four like drunk, loud white guys who
Yeah.
don't apologize for being that, and I think
Right.
people kind of like there's like a knee jerk response.
Yeah.
especially in like a lot of like the like punk rock and like art scene in New Orleans. There's like a very like
Self-serious.
But you're
very
like a
very
sweetie.
self-serious. We're all sweeties.
Yeah.
They're, like the three people in the band are like the sweetest people I know.
Yeah.
It's just we have a tendency.
What about
to,
Benjamin?
like-
He's
What
not.
about me?
He's fourth. He's the
He's-
fourth sweetest person you know.
Yeah, he's
You're not
our
the
Billy
sweetest.
Preston. He's the fifth bottom feeder.
well,
The mascot.
That one night, fucking Z-Man, was just drunk and he was like, "No, man, you're like." It's like Wu-Tang. You're like Bottom Feeders affiliated.
Yeah, exactly. You're like you God.
No, you guys in Wu-Tang.
Oh, is he in Wu-Tang?
Yeah, he's in Wu Tang. I think he went to jail after.
Tippy's about to jump on the laptop.
Oh, thank
She's
you.
looking at it.
Every fucking week, man. This cat really has a sense for it.
She
So, like,
sits
all
right
right.
on the keyboard.
I'll give you like a sense of why people don't like our band. So like a member who I won't mention by name in case he listens to this, which he won't. Is he's very like pro-Palestine, and he that's kind of his like. It's funny, like all four of us have like one thing we give a shit about, and that's sort of like the defining. So he's very like into like Middle Eastern politics. He's like very pro-Palestine, and so for like a whole year he was wearing a keffiyeh as like a head scarf, and
That's too much.
it's a little bit too
That's
much.
too much,
It's
yeah.
but it came from like a sincere place,
Right.
and also a deeply ironic place.
Yeah, but if I was anti-racism, I would not wear a head wrap.
So one time,
I mean, I am anti-racist. I'm actually, I'm a huge racist.
but not against that type
universe.
Of race.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different race I hate. I'll let you guess which one. So this is before I was in the band. They were
fucking
on
oopsie
tour.
doopsies.
Oopsie doopsies.
They were on tour in Philly, and he was wearing the head wrap. And a bunch of like Nation of Islam guys saw him walking down the street, and he got his ass kicked.
Well, he deserved it. Yeah.
Well, and after that, he learned his lesson.
Wait.
He put the keffiyeh away.
Did he try and talk himself out of it? And he was like, no, this is kind of sincere.
Absolutely not. Like these dudes straight up jumped out of a car and just like kicked his ass.
Yeah, I can. Yep.
But so I think, I guess that's why people don't like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Although it seems like he was coming from a good
It's
place.
coming from like a pretty good-hearted place.
But I can see why it's still bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a prison abolitionist, which is why I only wear striped jumpsuits.
I was so surprised when I found out the name of the band was Bottom Feeders and it wasn't an eating ass joke.
Oh, no, my friend Keki's been calling us booty eaters for years.
Oh, you told me it was... You were like, no, it's like because of the fish. There's like the river here.
I honestly don't even know why.
It's an
I call that.
anti-Semitic name.
Yeah.
It's Trafe. It's right? Trafe?
Trafe to God.
No, Trafe.
Trey Fines.
Trafe, like the food that the like seafood that Jews can't eat. Trafe. Treyf.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like they're
Again,
bottom
Michael's
feeders.
more Jewish than Benjamin.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I had something to say, but it's gone. So.
I mean, vibes-wise, probably.
I definitely am more neurotic than you are.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
You're a nervous, heady man.
Yeah.
I feel that. You're a writer, right? Mm-hmm. What do you write?
Which is very Jewy.
Yeah, exactly.
Fiction, mostly. Yeah.
Nice.
This is my office. That's how many words I've written on every weekday in the past month.
You're doing word counts?
Yeah, it's a way.
That is incredibly neurotic.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's basically like I have a really bad like short-term and medium-term memory. So if I don't write for a few days in a row, I feel like I've never written before in my entire life. So this is just a good way. Like if I have a bad streak like that third week in January,
Tuesday through Friday.
yeah, then
All the numbers are in double digits. He's a shitty poet.
yeah, well, yeah, not a poet. I'm not a poet. I don't have that conciseness. You know, I don't have that.
I've still
I
never
wish
read
I could be
anything
concise.
that you write,
And you probably won't.
I really want it to be terrible.
I mean, this is bad right now.
The podcast.
Yeah, this is a novel I just started about stand-up.
I'll leave you with it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, cool. It's got to be bad.
Yeah,
Because, like, I don't know, didn't know you before we started doing this, and I was like, oh, you know, if he's
I
not
still don't know
funny,
you.
at least Mary Devin's funny, so it'll be worth it. And
Yeah.
then you were surprisingly funny. But
that's what I
I'm
aspire
hoping that
to. I like to
thing
keep
you actually
expectations
care
low.
about.
Right.
You know, yeah.
I wish I could write short. I wish I could write like concise short poetry because I have like a crop of new songs that like all the music is done and I'm like trying to write lyrics for it and it's like as soon as I put pen to paper it's just like 3 paragraphs of horse shit.
Yeah,
You know.
I'm a big proponent of what people call shitty first drafts, which are you just shit something out and then you use it as like this block of marble that you then carve something that doesn't suck out
Yeah,
of.
just take the 3, like, you know, paragraphs or whatever that you end up writing and just cut out everything that's not funny.
Well, so I've tried to do the cut up technique, like William Burroughs, like David Bowie did it, where like I'll just write a big block of text and then sort of like cut out sentences and rearrange them. But that just, I feel like an asshole even saying I do that. You know?
Well, the nice thing about
Everyone feels like an asshole talking about the process of making whatever they make, unless it's like fully stream of consciousness shit, which is how I make stuff. So I don't feel like a dick, but
Or if they're making like cabinets or cars or like something worthwhile.
yeah,
I mean art.
I'm an architect, but I work stream of consciousness exclusively. Thousands are dead because of me. Yeah,
The building just gets smaller and smaller as you go up, but not on purpose.
that's called a pyramid, my friend.
Wait, what?
when the building gets smaller and smaller.
I don't know what
Okay.
Oh boy. Yeah. Where's Mary Devin?
She
Please,
died.
we need her to go on a diatribe to save us from ourselves. Somebody told me at 2 consecutive parties, someone told me that you were the straight man of the podcast, and then I was the straight man of the podcast, and I was like, no one.
Oh, I'm sorry, a podcast with 2 straight men.
Yeah, I was going to say none of us are that straight, but I think it's interesting that we split the duties.
I always figured Mary Devin was a straight man because like she's the most hungover usually.
Alex Woodward, when he was talking about the dynamic, he said like he listens to 2 podcasts and it's Chapo in this one, or so he says. Maybe he was just trying to get into my pants.
Quick, Ben, talk about socialism.
Or The Atlantic. That's all that
man.
podcast is just fucking media criticism. It's funny that it's as popular as it is because, like, I feel like half the people listening don't even read
They
those
don't know
fucking articles.
Yeah, they don't know who they're because they're
Like
talking about like obscure
Podhoretz.
columnists.
Yeah, exactly. It's a podcast about John Podhoretz that makes fucking $500,000 a month.
Straight up, I'm reading a book right now that's like a sociological study of like the 50s through like movies and popular culture. And in the chapter I'm reading, they mention like something written by Norman Podhoretz, and I only knew who that was because I listened to Chapo. I was like, "Fuck that guy!"
Yeah.
Having never
forgot
read a
he's like
Norman Podhoretz.
A legacy of
They all are.
That entire show is basically just like dunking on people who advocated for the Iraq War. Like it's literally the punchline of every
and like calling Ben Shapiro short.
Yeah, which is funny.
Always, yeah. Apparently, I just found out. Apparently, Ben Shapiro is like hawking the like Jim Baker like survival meal prep kits now. Like
I was gonna say, is it like kettlebells? Is he going like Rogan too?
Yeah, he's got gorilla kettlebells, but they're all 12 pounds. No, he's doing the doomsday
they're
prepper
kettlebells, but like you don't have to like go that far down to reach them. They just go really high up for short people.
I don't understand why there isn't like a famous leftist podcast that also sells doomsday prepper stuff. You know, it's horseshoe theory on either end.
Because we don't believe in ourselves. We all know we're gonna die if shit hits the fan. Fucking the guns are already in the on the side of the people who want to use them.
I mean, I think the lefties, like, I think everybody knows the end is nigh.
Yeah.
I just think the lefties feel so bad about it that, like, to profit off of that.
I really don't think I know anyone under 35 years old who thinks that the world is not ending within the next 100 years.
Oh, there's no fucking future, man.
Yeah.
Let's get into that.
Yeah, there is. We do that on almost every episode.
How about that polar vortex, man? I talked to my mom for 2 hours the other day because she has been stuck inside in Minnesota
55
for 4 days.
below.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's been alone in her She's been alone in her house for 4 days straight because of the weather.
Yeah, my parents have a Chihuahua and it doesn't want to shit inside. And they can't let the fucking Chihuahua out for even like
'Cause
1
it'll
minute.
die
It will
instantly,
die.
yeah.
It will die. So this fucking like 16-year-old Chihuahua is just backed up with shit.
It just gained 7 pounds because of the weather.
No, for real. I was talking to my mom. She was like, "Yeah, the fucking dog is like twice its size because it's filled with shit."
That's it. Just squeeze it out, man.
That's what I said. Like, I don't know, massage her little belly or something.
Yeah, that's
That is a
Tube of
horrible
toothpaste.
dog too.
Yeah.
That is a
we've
really
talked
shitty animal.
This is an anti-Chihuahua podcast with one Chihuahua adjacent person.
I
There
mean,
was
Ben doesn't even
there
like
was
the
a Chihuahua at Fuck Yeah last night.
It was really
It was
cute.
really cute.
It was
but
really
those
cute.
people were terrible.
They
man.
seem bad.
Yeah.
They were all
had way
wearing
too
like
many
festival clothes.
jewels on their faces. And
Yeah, I was like, is this Voodoo Fest?
One of them was trying to bang Benjamin.
Oh,
big
really?
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard some ladies
Only
tried
one?
to bang you and
Yeah.
Jeffrey in Atlanta. Or
Is that
was
true?
It just you?
No, they were definitely trying to bang both of us
Yeah.
for sure.
Was this after Starbar?
Yeah.
You had a good set?
Yeah. I mean, we didn't, but I don't know. Feels good. It was one of those situations where it's like, okay, you're coming on so strong that like.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah. I feel like that's.
Oh, do you?
I feel like that's
Do
how.
you hate that, Luke? Do you hate when women come up to you and just lay it on thick?
Yes.
That's what I used to do, and it didn't work very well.
I always have these like really like dumb brain moments where like something like that'll happen and I'll be like, oh, this is what it's like to be a woman, and then I catch myself like, shut the fuck up, dude. It's like,
No, it's not.
yeah.
You got that look on your face like you just took a real good shit. Is
I
that-
did. I feel like Benjamin's Chihuahua
That's
finally
where you
gets
were.
warm enough to go outside.
Oh my god, she's gonna be so happy when she
Yeah,
finally takes
I
that.
just shit. I just shit the weight of the Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a smaller Chihuahua coming out of her ass.
I was actually just visualizing like the Chihuahua like squatting down to poop and then just slowly being elevated as the pile gets.
And still like shaking too. Those animals are just always shaking.
Yeah, Chihuahuas are always
This time it's
shaking.
with pleasure.
Yeah. Why is it that dogs always try and make eye contact with you while they're shitting? Have you
I think
noticed
because
that?
they want to make sure it's okay. Because they get in trouble for shitting all the time, and they're like, "So it's okay here? This is good."
Yeah.
'Cause
This feels
whenever-
arbitrary
This
to me.
feels Why is it okay here?
An ex-girlfriend of mine had a dog that would hide when she shat.
Oh, that's
It was so
good.
ashamed. And
Good dog.
It's because the dog was raised by like crust punks, and like when it was like a puppy.
Was this Maggie?
Maggie Mayhem,
who was
the Empress of
Maggie's-
Evil. Yes, it was a woman named Maggie, and her dog was also named Maggie, but she didn't name the dog.
Okay.
And you lived in a car with both of them.
Yes, I did. The dog was like raised by crust punks, and I guess
And
for
then moved up. Her glow up was living in a car.
at least there's 4 walls. Like there's a roof there. But I guess the shitheads that had this dog for the first couple of years of her life, like every time the dog would take a shit, they would just go like, "Whoa, check it out, man!"
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And it ended up being like so embarrassed that like you couldn't look at the animal while she had to go.
Yeah.
poop. She would like hide in the bushes.
This dumb, drug-addled fucking
it, I
bitch.
hate those people.
I hate all the crust punks.
That was a great dog,
by
though.
Dragon's Den. I've already talked about how much I
Yeah.
hate crust punks.
I think I might have cut that from whatever episode.
Well,
because
I
it was like a
actually
15-minute.
Oh no, are they
diatribe.
listening
All
to
right,
this?
good.
No, just because it was so long.
It was also really mean, and I said that I wanted them to die, which I don't.
Yeah.
I was just getting angry. And I actually, even the annoying ones, I don't want to die, and I don't think anyone should be homeless. Mostly just because they're so fucking annoying. Please give them somewhere where I don't have to fucking see them. But, like, the dogs, this one woman
It's like what you started, like, I don't want them to die, and then you ended up at a worse
I
place.
get so mad. I like 3 crust punks that are, like, really nice and funny and actually make good jokes. But, like, we flyer on Decatur.
Yeah,
So
you're right in the thick of it,
We're
yeah.
in their, like, little hangout, and it's a good place to flyer, so we will try to do it, but they'll end up, like, fucking with us and, like, trying to steal our drinks. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll put my drink down, and they'll, like, try to grab it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You're like a baby.
They're
You
the
are-
borrowers.
yeah. And then they're like, sorry, like they're actually like shameful. Anyway, so this one woman was trying to get her dog to sit in like the middle of the street last night. She was like, sit. And I was like, don't. I hope he doesn't sit. There's going to be a car there in a minute. Like, they're crazy. And none of them are on leashes, and they're all like very strong dogs. Ugh. Anyway.
Yeah, the dogs are stronger than the people most of the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh yeah, usually the dogs eat better than the people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their like line too. They're like, dude, dog's doing better than I am, and it's like, oh,
All right, well, give it to someone who can take care of it, please.
Well, it's funny. Those are usually like
I'm not talking about
a lot of
homeless
the time.
people with
Those dogs are like very well behaved because they're never not with a person.
Right.
So they're like always being told what to do. Like,
oh yeah,
Yeah.
those dogs tend to be like exceptional dogs.
I
because they
completely
have to
disagree.
be.
Yeah.
There's always a really bad dog fight where one dog almost dies, like whenever we're out there. I completely disagree.
I mean,
I think they're horribly trained.
that particular crew of crust punks on the neutral ground on Esplanade
Yeah,
is maybe like a
I think-
special breed. But
and
you go
I-
like a couple blocks up Decatur, those are great dogs.
Right, I agree. I think that it's a very specific, because I'm sure that it's unfair to say all crust punks are annoying. There's a specific group of people I dislike that is on this in this area.
You ever see a crust punk with a cat?
No.
Those are my favorite guys. Like they'll like have a cat with like a length of like twine like tied to their wrist, and then the cat's like on their shoulder. And it's like, how did
That's
you get
kind of cute.
That's
Yeah, it's like you're so
adorable.
sensitive. How did you end up here?
Yeah, well, how did you get a cat to be that calm all the time? Like on a train with a. Can you imagine being like on a freight train with a cat?
Yeah.
Like what a nightmare that must
that would
be.
be, yeah. Oh, man.
I mean, it probably keeps the the mice away, which is
Yeah. My cat doesn't
from
like
them.
it.
I don't know. Fucking, yeah.
Yeah. My cat doesn't like it when I like roll my computer chair, so she gets real freaked out.
Oh, really? Because of the noise?
Yeah, my cat doesn't like it when I touch her. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Mayonnaise cool.
she's cool. She's cool with me.
She's cool with me too.
Our cat this
Yeah,
morning
yeah.
wanted affection / wanted to be fed. They're automatically fed through like one of those things that dispenses food, but they think that we control it by being awake. And yeah. And so
What a weird existence for those cats.
yeah, so like, because sometimes I'll like get up at the same time that it dispenses the food, and it'll be like, it's because she's out of bed. We need to replicate this to make the food go, and it has to be refilled so they see us put the food in it, so it's very confusing. Anyway, also I think I need to get cat food. Okay, because they have anyway. It was pulling on my necklace this morning. It got its claw here, and it's Rory, my
Thank
cat.
you. It has a name.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Go on.
Yeah. Anyway, it sits on your chest. It's like a 14-pound cat.
It also has a gender, Mary Devin.
he.
Please.
Okay,
There you go.
he. I'm
Because
sorry.
Rory is a totally gender neutral name.
He's
It's like-
assigned male at birth.
Yeah, sorry. They have a sex.
Yeah. Honestly, cats are all girls. I have boy cats and they're girls.
All cats are girls.
All cats are
Yeah.
girls. Yeah.
ACAG. Yeah.
What's that? Oh, assigned cat.
Oh, yeah. All cats are girls, but also assigned cat at girl.
God damn it, because I was saying ACAG the other day, and it meant something totally different.
Yeah.
What is it?
All cops are gay.
I mean, I thought ACAB stood for all cops are bitches for so long.
That's funny.
Any of the shit, it's okay to say any of these things because like those are the dudes that will take that to heart and actually have their feelings hurt by that. Like,
yeah, if anyone doesn't want to be called a bitch, it's a cop, probably.
Oh yeah, that's the reason they're cops.
I mean, also, I was like legitimately confused. I thought that's what it stood for. Like, I'm not doing a bit right now.
All cops are gay.
There was this like in Minneapolis. I used to work with this really goofy like graffiti kid, and he made like stickers, and his tag was "All dads are gay." And I was like, "What? Wait, like." Mike, what are you talking about? And
what message is this?
It's like, I don't know, man. Like my old man ran out on me. Like all dads are fucking gay, dude.
Oh, it's so good. Y'all soap smells so good.
It's from Lush.
The bar. Oh, nice. I do like Lush a lot.
I don't know anything about it. I just know that that's where it's from.
My friend
telling
works there.
someone.
Well, we're not really friends anymore.
Like 2 nights ago about that time we did the moving job for those huge fucking people.
Oh my god, yeah, that was very funny.
Yeah, me and Luke had a moving company, and we showed up to these people's houses, and they were both at least 6.5 feet tall. Like this, a couple. Like,
Context here: Benjamin is like 4'11". Like, I'm like 5'3", and we were both very scrawny at the time.
Malnourished and like probably like still on acid from the day before.
We had taken acid the night before. That's why it was so funny.
That's probably also why you thought they were so tall.
No, they were
huge,
massive.
And look, they had like super deep
booming voice. So it's like the husband answers the door, and he's like 6'5", and his voice is a deep bass like voice.
God.
And it's like, also for context, when we started our own movie company, we considered calling it Scrawny Buddhist Movers.
Oh, good.
Yeah, cool, reliable dudes is better.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But that is also a good idea. Yeah, go on.
So yeah.
Oh, so yeah, I think you were the one who went into the bathroom first, and you just came out laughing too hard to work, and I was like, what's going on? And it was like, dude, just check out the scents in the bathroom. And I was like, oh, someone took a like smelly shit or whatever. And I walk in there, and there's like a bacon candle and like syrup soap and just these huge fucking people. Everything in their fucking bathroom just smells like food.
Yeah, it was all like, and yeah, not food like apple or like passion fruit or something, like pancakes and
like
maple
a
syrup.
diner food.
That's just, I think I told Ben, I was like, imagine just this enormous man taking a big steaky shit and then lighting a pancake candle to like clear the room.
Yeah.
Oh, their ceilings were so low too. They had like 7 foot ceiling. Like we went to move some shit out of the basement, and they had to crouch in their own basement.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we did fine. That's probably why they hired us.
We did a great job.
Yeah. Top rated company in New Orleans.
That's right.
2 years running.
You should. I mean, we've done so much promo for it on the pod. You should bring it back. You know.
You hate
Honestly,
it.
I think about it every once in a while. Yeah,
I think about it all.
I like my job right now. Otherwise, I would. But if that shit, goes to shit for any reason.
I like my job fine, but also my job keeps me awake till like 5 a.m. every night, and it's like I do miss sunshine.
Yeah.
Where do you bartend?
Bar Redux, 801 Poland Avenue in the Bywater.
I did not. Wait. Okay. I've definitely seen you behind the bar there. That makes sense. I don't go there very often, but yeah.
It's a cool spot.
And you cook too, so sometimes you're not like.
I cook. Yeah. I just
I always
transitioned
feel
to
like you
bartending
own
more
the
often.
bar.
Kind of. I'm the only full-time employee.
He's the
It's
mayor.
like it's the family that owns it, and then me.
Yeah.
And the kid of the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're definitely not going to touch
Okay.
on the pod.
Luke is the mayor on Foursquare of Redux.
Oh god, Jeff is the mayor of like everything on Foursquare.
Does he still do? How
He still
old is
does.
he?
What is
80
Foursquare?
Years old?
The
Yeah,
Foursquare,
he
like
is.
with the kickball.
No. Foursquare is.
What?
It's like it was the original app where you could check in places. You could be like, I'm at Bar Redux
He
with.
still does that.
Oh, before they just automatically.
Wait, who's
did
the
that?
mayor? How
What's that?
does that work?
It's like the
the person
you
who
check
goes
in
there the most.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
No one except for Andrew Heelan and Jeffrey use it.
Yes, I go there the most because I fucking work there.
Yeah.
No, I mean, arbitrary.
Do you know Jeff Ward? He
Yeah.
used to work at 13, or maybe still does. He was the mayor because he worked there.
He
Of
worked
13,
there.
the mayor of 13.
But
yeah.
is that based on the schoolyard game, like Foursquare? Because
No,
there is
I
the
don't
mayor
think
in
so.
Foursquare.
Oh,
there
really?
is? I've
No,
never
it's like
played
the
it
king.
that way.
the king or the mayor or whatever. It's the person
It's
who
not
like,
a
controls
democracy, dude.
All right, fine.
The
yeah.
mayor.
Well, it doesn't sound like Foursquare is a democracy either, because no one.
Yeah,
uses,
it's
you can
dumb
just-
as hell.
Yeah.
It's so. I hate the internet. I hate apps. Jeff still uses Time Hop too. He's on like 2 years.
I don't know what that is.
It's an app that shows all of your social media from like a year ago today, 2 years ago today, 7 years ago today. And if you check, and it like counts the number of days that you check it in a row. And if you check it like, so he's checked it like 700 days in a row, and he's so happy about it. But we did get this, but there are really cute pictures of our cats from when they were babies. Mm-hmm. He sent one.
See, that's nice. Every time I get like a Facebook memory, just like with my lifestyle, it's always an
Dead friend.
Yeah, he's
Dead friend,
divorced.
or like an ex-girlfriend, like.
Or like one post where you're like, ISIS isn't that bad.
Yeah.
I'm still
really
making. I'm
cute,
going to
though.
make that post today.
Your cats are 69ing. I like that.
They are, yeah, but it's sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And they had their genitals cut off. by them.
69ing is not necessarily not sweet.
That's
You know?
true.
I think it's not sweet.
No, it's
it's
a
so
very
sweet.
intimate
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
to do with
If you
someone.
Dude,
like-
you have your butthole in someone's face.
Yeah, there's so
like-
much trust involved in
Yeah.
that position.
Yeah, y'all
Like,
think it's sweet because you've never almost died with a cock in your mouth.
correct.
That's true, yeah.
And I'm sorry that happened to you. Would you care to
69ing
tell
is-
the
That
story?
sounds like you just suck at 69, though.
I mean, I just
Were you
don't-
on the bottom?
You were on the bottom.
I have to be
You
on the
cannot
bottom.
put the woman on the
I
bottom.
can't come on top. I have to be on the bottom. I have
Okay.
to be laying down to
Interesting.
come.
Yeah. Okay. So even if you're getting
I wish I could.
your
come.
esophagus annihilated,
Yeah, if it's at the right angle, like, I actually would prefer to be face fucked than have to do work.
interesting. Yeah.
But it's also very dangerous, and I would not say it was sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I would rather almost die than like use my neck to suck a cock. I'm like, I'll open my mouth, you do the rest. But
Yeah.
I hate it.
I have 69 on top once, and I was so nervous the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And it was like I was like, "There's no way
Yeah.
I'm gonna get off on this," because like I don't want to hurt you.
Yeah. They gotta
I
be
don't know.
real
It all
submissive.
sounds cool to me.
I'm also like I'm fairly like sturdy dude, so it's like
Right.
I'm heavier
also
than
a
most
fairly
women, just like
sturdy-
putting that weight.
I'm heavier than all the guys that I sleep with, so that's another
Yeah,
reason I
that
don't
is
like to
true.
be on top. I just feel like a monster. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 69ing is the gateway drug to eating ass for sure. Because you're just there
yeah.
anyway.
Well, 'cause you're
Your
you're
nose is already.
staring at
You
an
might as well
ass.
have your. I'd rather have my mouth in an ass than my nose.
yeah.
I was startled like
I-
2 years
I-
ago when
I'm
everyone
on there.
started
I love that
talking
shit.
about eating ass like it was a fad. I just figured everyone was already eating ass.
Interesting,
But,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
I mean, yeah, I'm glad it's gained some sort of like acceptance.
Yeah, it's weird that it's hip though.
Because I remember that was actually one of the first like pangs of like sexual desire I ever felt. I was in like 7th grade.
Oh, dude, like
There was just a
third
girl in my
grade for
class.
me, man.
There's a girl in my class that I ran into at Blockbuster, and she was wearing very tight jeans. And I just remember I got an image, and I was like, I just want to bury my face in
I
her
know
butthole.
what you mean.
You know, yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
oh yeah, dude. I mean, I think I had that desire before I even knew what that desire was.
Yeah.
I mean, I think part of it was like I wasn't really like watching porn at the time, so I didn't like know what a pussy looked like. So like the closest surprise was like, oh, I want.
You were
her
like, I want to
ass
swim
and
in a butt.
Someone,
Yeah.
somewhere down there.
yeah, somewhere near the hips and legs.
Yeah.
I when I was a kid, I thought the like hole was in the front, not like on the bottom, because I
Oh,
just
yeah.
figured it's where the dick.
It's where your wiener goes.
yeah, where the dick was, and I was like very concerned that I was never gonna be able to fuck because when my dick got hard, it went up instead of out.
Something's wrong with my dick.
Yeah,
so
I was
funny.
like pretty fucking worried about it.
The lack of sex, like the shittiness of sex education in the United States is inherently tragic, but it also results in a lot of hilarious situations because children have to independently derive things that someone should have already told them.
I mean, I was young enough to where nobody should have told me anything.
Yeah, I don't
It,
know like how
didn't
you're going to tell a
matter at that
6-year-old
point.
that the pussy goes up. Like
Yeah.
it's a weird conversation.
That's what they do that in
I mean,
Finland.
if they have a pussy,
Do they do that in Finland?
yeah,
They talk in depth about sex.
yeah. Sex ed starts really. I don't know if it's
Yeah, but they're not like
Some
when you
Nordic country.
fuck, you're gonna want. It's okay that your dick goes up.
yeah. It's like here's what your
Little
mommy
boy
and
whose dick
daddy
can't
do
even
when
get
they
hard
think you're
yet.
asleep.
Yeah.
they're like 69 can be
Well-
sweet, but only in certain situations.
Yeah.
What?
No, I
Just breathing heavily through my nose into the microphone.
Yeah.
I agree. I think they should start sex ed like much earlier
the kids,
than they do.
for God's sakes, I work at a school and there's some girls who are like stinky pubescent people who do not know what tampons are. They're just pubing out, and they like I've like, because I'm very cavalier with tampons, like in front of male coworkers or whatever. I'll be like, "How you doing?" and like walk into the bathroom. And one time I had one on my desk, and a girl was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh God." And then I was like, "It's a tampon." And then she was like, "For what?" And I was like, "Your period." And she was like, "What is that?" And I'm just like, "You're in like 6th grade. What the fuck?" Like,
yeah, this is coming soon.
Also, the state of so
or it could have already
in the state of Louisiana, you're because I don't know, maybe I don't know, but in the state of Louisiana, you're not allowed to teach sex ed before you're 13, which I think is fine. Or I don't think it's fine. I think it's ridiculous. Like, it's one thing to talk about sex, like intercourse, like fine, don't talk about that till they're 13 or whatever. But not telling people about things that could happen to their bodies as young as 9 is like disgusting. Like, that's not sex. Like, it's not sexual.
No, that's
or
basic biology.
Yeah, like you're gonna get a period. I hate that.
I think you should fucking teach them about like fucking earlier, so they know like what is an appropriate touch from an adult.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
Some kids don't fucking know.
Well, and also I think that like if you wait until kids are horny to teach them about sex, it's gonna be really fraught and weird. And like you gotta get to them before they have any.
So that when they're
impulse.
horny, they're like, okay, this is normal.
Yeah,
this is happening.
Exactly.
Well, and also they should with like teach them about consent before it becomes an issue.
Do,
so
it's like
trying to teach
go over consent
someone about the devil while they're possessed. It's not. They're already spinning their head around and vomiting.
You should do it.
Write that down. Yeah, you need to write that down.
I mean, or it could just live here. I think.
Your boner is sinful. Get down, boner.
That is very funny.
I feel fortunate.
Get thee behind me, boner.
Is that the episode title? That's the episode title.
That is.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I think it's safe to drink more coffee because I've shit so much. I can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna go piss and drink some coffee.
Yeah, let's do a musical interlude.
All right, cool.
Do you want another bottom feeder song?
I mean,
maybe so. Actually,
I took a healthy shit. Like, I feel like that was the shit of someone who ate something that her body needed.
I've been cutting back on drinking lately, and I took the healthiest shit of my life this morning.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think I told you guys it was like projectile, but totally solid.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
it gave a like whoomp
That
when it hit the
rules.
water. Yeah, felt good.
I take good shits all the time. I rarely have diarrhea. I feel like my body likes the alcohol.
I think that you just eat
All
enough
right,
fiber.
Miss Rockefeller, good for you.
No, I do need to take a month off drinking, though. Like, I think I might actually give it up for Lent. Which is, I always hate when people do that, especially
give it up for Lent. Hey, buddy.
That's funny.
My boss just texted me to remind me that we're not showing the Super Bowl tomorrow, as if I needed a reminder. But she sent me a link to the like website for the Puppy Bowl. It's like, listen, it's going to be Animal Planet all day tomorrow, and we're getting a king cake.
Yay.
Yeah, that's needed.
Yeah. I almost like programmed a movie marathon and then didn't.
Oh yeah, about the fixed sporting
like
event.
3 different movies about like fixed sporting events.
What was it gonna be, like Raging Bull?
It was gonna be On the Waterfront, Blue Chips, and fucking 8 Men Out.
Yeah, 8 Men Out. You got to do.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You okay?
Sorry.
This is the every week you hit a wall and then you just start to tilt into your microphone and just kind of lean on it.
I'm really good while I'm still a little bit drunk, and then I'm not good.
I had a bottle of gin I could have.
I should put some Vanilla Crown in my coffee.
Yeah, I've also got beer.
Wait, there's
if you want a
Vanilla
beer.
Crown here.
Yeah, remember that shit that was laying around our house? That's fueled the podcast.
All right, Mary Devin, Dirtbag Hours. Let's do it.
Yeah, you want to do it? Let's do it.
Let's fucking
All right.
do it. Yeah.
Let's go. You want some?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Do we have enough for all of us?
We're out of coffee. We do have enough.
Okay.
She said there's also beer. Right?
Yeah.
Vanilla Crown
Actually,
and water.
MD, if you just grab me a beer from the fridge, I would take that.
I'll grab you a beer.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you want this then?
Yes.
Okay.
I would
Not
take
Crown.
a beer and also whiskey.
Okay.
Thank you for the hospitality.
Oh, of course. We're happy to have you. It's 2:00, which means that it's okay to drink.
I've been waking up at 11 lately. Usually I get up at 2. So
That's pretty good.
I feel like I've turned a corner.
Yeah.
I woke up at 11, took a healthy shit, ended up here by accident.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on, man.
It has been a pleasure.
Is this all going to get cut?
It depends on if we use any racial slurs while we're here, while we're waiting for everyone to get back.
Which one?
They're basically all off the table.
Okay. All right, good.
But there's some that are especially off the table.
Fuck that, man. I'm Lenny Bruce, man. I'm taking them back.
All right.
Stripping them of their power.
Yeah, if there's one thing that if there's one thing that strips a racial slur of its power, it's a white dude screaming
using it all the time.
Yeah.
Well, they in the 70s, they like the punks tried to do that, like the Patti Smith, like rock and roll,
Yeah.
like, and there's a John Lennon Yoko Ono song too.
Yeah, woman is the N word of the world. Right? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And in retrospect, it's like, what the fuck, like.
Yeah, I think that
were the drugs that good back then that seemed like a good idea?
I think it comes from. A lot of the time it came from a good place.
Yeah,
and I think that like sometimes avant-garde art scene, not that the Beatles are particular, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
the avant-garde art scene gets an idea that they can like save the world in a very specific way, and it ends up being the worst possible idea.
I love that, like from a modern perspective, like, you know what's going to fix race relations is John Lennon screaming the N-word.
Dude, Patti Smith too, man.
Patti, we were just talking about that.
It's good that John Lennon's
Do you have a bottle
dead.
opener? I'm gonna go get one. If not,
I got a lighter.
yeah.
I have a bottle opener. It's Jeff Starkey.
Woman.
Thanks,
Oh
buddy.
my god,
Yeah,
that
wait,
song
hold
is
up, what's-
insane, dude.
Jimi Hendrix was a... Oh, come on, dude. Patti, no.
Yeah, you expect that from John.
You were
Lennon.
friends with Bruce Springsteen. Like, there's no way he was cool with that.
You got it? Okay.
Wait, I'm going to get this on mic, too.
Well, she was friends with Jimi Hendrix too.
Patti, come on.
I know.
What are you doing?
He wouldn't have appreciated that. None too much.
So is the problem that she said guitarist with a hard R? Guitarist.
Elvis Costello, too, did that shit.
Yeah.
Randy Newman, but that's like
No, he's making a point.
exactly.
Yeah,
he does it in a way that actually
Wait,
makes sense.
In the Toy Story soundtrack?
Jello Biafra.
He had
says
some
it.
very strong opinions about Buzz Lightyear.
Jello Biafra says it in Holiday in Cambodia, but he's kind of a doofus. But
Oh, yeah, he's...
I think this is
absurd.
the second episode that we enumerate songs that have the N-word in them by white
by
people.
white people, yeah. I don't know. I kind of still love. I have a soft spot in my heart for Jello Biafra, and I
Jello beat off.
Is it Biafra? It's Biafra, right?
I don't know.
I had a mellow beat opera this morning before.
Tell us more about your feelings about old...
One night I was like super high, and
J-Wad.
Jeff came home, and I was watching a live Jed Kennedy's performance trying to impersonate Jello Biafra.
Well, you do the B-52s guy. It's
Yeah,
the same voice.
It's the same
yeah.
voice, yeah. Except for in Viva Las Vegas, which is the
California
funniest.
Liberal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he always sounds like he just got scared by a possum.
No, he was scared by Governor Jerry Brown.
Oh man, this is so much better. I immediately feel better.
Yeah, this actually tastes comforting at this point now, just
Yeah.
because I'm so used to being in pain at your house and needing this.
I
to,
never hated Vanilla Crown. I always kind of liked it. I think it's a perfect balance between like sweetening it up so that it like makes whiskey more palatable, but not being like shitty like green apple flavor.
It's so funny that they sell that as
like
like
the Apple
good
Crown.
booze
Oh,
by
you
just
do?
putting it in a fucking
I
purple
don't like Apple
sash.
Crown.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I was thinking,
it's
like,
Canadian
I also
whiskey.
think
It's
Crown is
terrible.
good. I think it's good. I
Crown
like
is
that it's
god
sweet.
awful. It's
I think it's
absolute
good.
horseshit.
I think it's good.
It's very sweet. Yeah.
It just
It's
comes
gonna
in
be
like
the
a
whiskey
jewel
at my
bag.
wedding because
Yeah.
there's like three menus that you order off of at weddings, and one's like super premium, and you don't need to get that one because it just makes it very expensive.
Right.
And then the like premium one is good for everything except for I think the whiskey's like Crown, but
Are y'all gonna do open bar?
yeah,
You have to.
it's gonna be
It's
we're
just-
totally
yeah.
doing that.
I used to do catering, and I would like work these weddings where they would have a cash bar.
That's so
It's
fucked
like,
up.
what the fuck
Just
is
have
wrong
just
with you?
have a courthouse wedding and then invite your friends to a bar if that's what you're gonna.
That's
do.
what happened to my friends a couple weeks ago, and it was at the French Quarter Wedding Chapel, which is like catty corner from the three-legged dog,
Mm-hmm.
like in the quarter. And so through the entire service, we were just sending people out with like drink orders to the bar across the street to bring them back into the chapel.
That's great. See, that's. I feel like if you're gonna have a cash bar at your wedding, I'm not shaming anyone for not being able to have a big expensive wedding because weddings are ridiculously expensive. I'm just saying like you shouldn't subject people to that. You should just let them celebrate.
Or
with you
just
at a
have
bar.
a house party wedding
Yeah, a
and
house
buy
party wedding.
boot.
Yeah,
Like that's so
exactly.
much. Last night I was talking to my friend Kanal about that movie Rachel Getting Married. Have you guys seen that?
Oh yeah, I like that movie.
That is the best wedding.
Yeah,
the
it is a
wedding
good
in
wedding.
that movie is it's like half an hour, like the last half hour of the movie is just two people getting married, and it's so sweet and
is
romantic.
My wedding's gonna be like very big and overly fancy and have like up lighting and stuff, like that like purple wedding lighting.
You're gonna have like the groomsmen in those like rental tuxes with the
Yeah.
shitty like teal vests.
No, but like the new
gonna be
version
one.
of that. I feel like the new version of that is like rented blue suits that are very like sleek.
like skinny,
No,
Yeah.
like GQ
Like the
suits.
one Paul got married in.
I don't know what Paul got married in.
He got married in a very nice blue suit.
Yeah, it looks fucking great.
Well, he
But
went to his favorite tailor. I think it's like some tailor in London that like did the suits for the Jam. He like went there and bought like
Wait, that's the like Chaos Magic band that like burned all the money, right?
No, you're thinking of
Pussy
Yeah,
Riot.
what's his face? Like something burns a million quid is the video. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
I don't remember what they're called, but it's not that.
yeah, that's not the Jam. The Jam is like that's in the city. It doesn't. The Clash make fun of them in a song, which so I found.
I
out
feel
about
like
them.
I'm not that far off.
K Foundation.
Fuck, why did I think that was the Jam? I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
way
I
off
know.
there.
They're good. The Jam apparently my boss is like an old school like CBGB like rock and roll punk guy, and he told me he saw the Jam on their first American tour, and they were so loud that he puked.
Oh my god!
He's like, I wasn't
Hell
even drunk
yeah.
or anything. I like hit a joint a little bit, and then I went in and I was like right up front, and as soon as they started playing, I puked all over my
Yeah.
shoes.
I had to leave a lightning bolt show for a little while because it was
What's
too loud.
that?
It's a
They kick
bass and
ass,
drummer, bass guitarist and drummer, and a drummer screams into a microphone that's strapped to his face.
Oh
They
god!
play fast as fuck.
Yeah, they're good. They're good as hell.
Lightning Bolt is tight though.
I saw them at it was in New Orleans at the Big Top. Is that the name of the venue?
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Mhm.
It
think
became
it's-
it became the Beatnik.
Maybe
Yeah, but
maybe so.
now
That's a bad
it's-
name for a bar.
Isn't it now
it's a
that
terrible name
like
for a bar.
Remember that terrible mic at the
food?
Beatnik?
Yes.
I don't know.
isn't it, or at least it's just by 14 parishes. What's that called? What's that place? The place that they have comedy shows there still. Anyway, never mind. They make
I got
good
no
food.
idea.
Yeah, I got nothing here.
Okay.
Man, that mic at the Beatnik was so
I
bad.
ran the mic at the Beatnik. It was like right when I was on my way
Didn't
out
Joe
of comedy.
Cardosi too?
So I was still kind of trying to do comedy, and I was like, well, you got to like run a mic if you want to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that show was so terrible that like Cardosi pawned it off on me. He was like, hey man, you want to run this thing? And in my head I was like, yeah, that's like a credit. That's like, I run a mic, like I'm a host. And then it just was so fucking,
Yeah.
there were like fruit flies in the booze all the time.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
And the room was gigantic. Like the ceilings were super
Yeah.
high.
Yeah.
And there were only ever like 4 people in there.
Straight up, like the
So
bartender would
lonely.
like the bartender would show up with like a 2-liter of ginger ale and a bottle of Jim Beam, and that would be the bar for the
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, and then she would just leave
And then she would just leave.
during
Yeah,
the show because she didn't want to watch the mic.
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. Can't blame her.
I was a bad host.
What's the have you seen that YouTube channel Live at the Apartment?
No.
It's just a bunch of stand up in people's basements.
Ugh, I hate that shit.
I love that shit.
I hate it.
It's just every bar is too big for a stand up show as far as I'm concerned. Like it should be small. The room
Disagree.
Maybe you
Yeah.
should just get more people
I
to your
think
show.
I actually
Yeah.
think Always and Dragon's Den are like ideal venues to see comedy at.
Always is such a
Definitely.
good show, man.
I think they should be small rooms.
Yeah.
Like I think Maison, the room's way too big.
Right.
Because everyone's just like walking around.
I think Hi Ho's too big.
Hi-Ho is too big. Hi-Ho's laid out in a shitty way because like if you're
When
standing.
it's full, dude.
Am I
That's
also
great.
just allowed to say Hi Ho is just a shitty place?
No, we love
You
it.
can
We
cut
love
that.
the
We are
owners.
good.
No, I run a show
we
there.
Love Hi Ho.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I run a show there. We love them. I want to suck their dicks. But also, I just think it's, they book good shows. They have good shows. There's really sweet people that own it. They're great shows there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the venue itself, they didn't build the room and the columns get in the way.
Yeah.
And like, it's not their fault. There's nothing they can do about it. But I agree. The ceilings are too big.
Yeah.
The columns get in the way.
Yeah.
Well, that's also
there needs to be like a guide for people starting shows who are like, okay, I've figured out how to be on stage, and it's like, okay, but you need to light the room well. Like the comic should be able to see, the people should be able to see the comic, and they should be able to hear the comic.
Yeah.
And it's like comedians are the last people to be able to consider shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
It
feel like
just
there's
fucks
also
up the room,
a
like-
lot of venues in New Orleans have that going on where it's like this is an old weird building and there's only so much you can do with
Yeah,
it.
I agree.
Dude, seeing music at the Republic is the worst part.
I hate
yeah,
the
dude.
Republic.
Oh, we can
I
say that now,
hate-
right?
Oh yeah, no one's gonna do a fucking show at the Republic.
Republic with a hard R.
Dude, every single place you can stand has a pole in front of it. It's just a room full of poles.
It's a panopticon of poles. You're just never not looking at one.
Do you remember going to 80s night at the Republic when we were kids?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
When we
god,
were
I
babies.
smoked so much weed in there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's this.
So
great-
wait, 80s night at the
was the-
Republic when you were kids.
That was the
is just
first place
80s,
a
right?
woman ever gave me a phone number, and I got 3 phone numbers. I never called any of them because I was 13 years old.
Oh man. Wait, I want to find a pic. Sorry, y'all keep talking. I'm looking for a picture of me and Kristen Gremion at the Republic.
Well, it's like I'm thinking of that that place Santos. Where I guess you guys came to see, and like that's a good,
Santos is tight.
That's a good venue, and
It's
they're
also
like,
just like a good
but it's just
place. I
like
don't know.
that room is just kind of tough because it's like it's one of those like long, like French Quarter bars where it's like a big hallway, and then there's a stage. In the
Yeah,
back,
and it's
like,
a really small stage area.
the sound is really good, and
Yeah.
they built out the stage, and it's like it's a great venue, but it's always still kind of weird playing there because it's like you're playing to 40 feet.
It's like playing in a
the
train
distance,
car.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I were to do a mic there, I would do it upstairs. I love that upstairs space.
We did this
There's an
show
upstairs?
in Atlanta at this brewery, and it was perfect because there was a corner stage, which every comedy show should be corner stage if you can make that happen.
Yeah.
So that was perfect, and it was like packed out. Plus, there was a balcony, but the balcony was like directly above the stage, so there's just people like hanging over the balcony, like so you can see their face perfectly. And I was like, oh, this is if I set up a room.
Yeah.
Ideally, that's how I would set it up.
Yeah. Saturn Bar would be good for that. It's
No, dude,
Yeah, no.
there were a couple comedy
You and I
shows
have
that-
done
Saturn
comedy
Bar.
at Saturn Bar.
well. If you, I'm just saying, if you pack it out, you have that
Yeah.
balcony effect.
I love Saturn Bar for rock and roll shows.
Yeah.
There was one time I was seeing my friend Monet's band, and she's like already kind of an insane like front woman, and Saturn Bar has that like balcony that goes all the way around, and they got an encore, and she fucking climbs up one of the poles and like sings the last 2 songs hanging like from her legs upside down off of the balcony with
God.
just like her mic in her hand.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time I saw that band. I was like, I'm gonna be best friends with this person.
Annie Clark climbed the balcony at House of Blues when I
St.
saw
Vincent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's so.
Yeah, it got to the point where like venues wouldn't let her play because they were like, if she dies here, it's gonna ruin us.
Yeah,
She's so cool.
So
She's so
fucking
cool.
cool.
If Annie Clark died at your venue,
it would be
that'd
tight.
be great for your
Yeah,
venue.
Yeah, make a banner and put it outside.
Yeah.
We killed St. Vincent.
Yeah, I saw her at what was it, the Civic? Yeah. Like a year ago, and that was one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, she's
it was
amazing.
just her. Like she didn't have a band; she just had a backing track of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
like
yeah.
playing all the instruments or whatever.
Yeah.
And there was like,
Did she do that Big Black cover that she does?
She covers Big Black.
Yeah.
That is a ballsy move.
Been here my whole life. Something this town. Hold on, let me find it.
I don't know. If she did, I probably wouldn't have even recognized it. But the show was so goddamn good.
Kerosene.
Oh, that's
Fuck, sorry. She covers
That's an
kerosene.
emotionally tough song,
Dude,
too. That's about Minnesota. That's the one about the like pedophilia ring.
I have no idea what it's actually about.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was there was like a daycare center in northern Minnesota that was like trading kids around, and then it became a Big Black song.
Interesting.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a weird vibe.
You wouldn't
play
have anything to
live.
do with that, would you?
I did work at a daycare center in Minnesota, so yes, I did.
All right, I'm gonna cut this off right now. Your sister's a wonderful lady. She runs a clean business.
Yeah,
Wait, your sister owns the daycare center?
yeah. I used to work in it. I told
Oh,
you
I
that.
didn't know that she owned it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
I mean,
runs
it's
it out
just
of her
her
house.
house.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's cool.
But yeah, she's been doing it for like 20 plus years now at this point, I think.
Is this your oldest sister? Or your
Yeah,
middle
oldest sister.
sister.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What's up, Tina?
Yeah. Hey, Tina.
You listening to this?
Probably not. I don't know. Maybe.
Well,
so.
if you are, I love you. Come to New Orleans again soon.
Your
If you're
family
not,
seems
we
nice.
fucking hate your guts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've met
if you're not,
Jenny.
it doesn't matter.
Jenny's coming to New Orleans pretty soon. I'm trying to get her to not stay at an Airbnb. If you're listening, don't stay at an Airbnb.
Jenny, don't do it.
Yeah. It's just so much more expensive to stay in a hotel.
Oh, I actually have a question about that for you off the show because it's not interesting to anyone else.
Okay.
Cool. Way to bring it up now.
My mom's coming to town soon, and let's move on.
I need to fix up our guest room so we can actually offer it to comics as an alternative to Airbnbs, because I do offer that, and like really broke comics will always take it. But if comics have any money to burn, they'll end up getting an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Also, it doesn't matter where you sleep and shit when you're visiting a place. Like, you shouldn't be spending that much time there anyway.
Well, also the idea of like travel like a local. Like, why?
Why?
Like, be a tourist.
yeah,
like, I'm
I
visiting.
completely agree.
Why
Yeah,
would
unless
you
you
want
know
Also-
someone there?
Why
If
would
you
you want
have-
to go to a city and like keep your head down and pretend you're on your way to work? Every time I go to New York, I like
No one wants to fucking.
I
marry
walk
Devil's House.
slow and I crane my head to the sky, which like I out myself as someone who's like not from there. But It's
Right.
like, yeah, I'm here for 3 days.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
have a
Whoa,
good time.
big building.
And speaking as someone who like lives in a tourist destination, I love when people come visit me and want to do touristy shit because I don't do that.
Do that, right.
I go to work and
Same.
like I go to the same 4 bars. And,
Yeah,
like,
I
live my
forget
life.
that there's jazz in New Orleans until someone's visiting, and I'm like, yeah, we could go.
Yeah,
fucking
it's
see
great.
some music.
What was the show that you missed in New York? Was it Comedians You Should Know?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
How'd you miss it?
Oh, shit.
I forgot about it.
Wait, were you on it?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Leave me alone.
I'm so
it's the
sorry.
worst experience of my life.
I'm
Wait, watch.
sorry.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Who else was on it? And you're gonna tell me a great lineup, aren't you?
Janelle James. Just shut up! This is like one of the worst things I've ever done. I'm serious. It's one of the worst things I've ever done.
Louis C.K. was on it.
You're going to be fine. It's going to be
They
fine.
told
Yeah,
me
T.J. Miller.
T.J. Miller, Louis C.K.
it's such a good show that when I didn't
He
show
said
up,
sorry.
Sean
Bill
Pat got
Cosby.
me that show, and
Yeah.
when I didn't show up, the guy emailed me and was like, "Are you dead?" And I
Yeah.
was like, "I totally forgot." And I was at some dumbass show.
Oh, you were at a different show. It's
Yes,
like,
I did a different show because I forgot that Sean had set me up with that show.
I like if you were at least just like if you were at least like
can't
at
believe I
a
hadn't heard that
party or
story.
like a
I
cool
never
bar or
talk
something.
about it.
I'm sorry.
I want to cry
I'm so
again.
sorry.
I cried so much
I
that
believe
day.
you, yeah.
I cried in public in New York. Yep.
Well, as someone who is
God.
constantly jealous of you surrounding comedy,
I
this
know.
makes me very
I know.
happy.
I also take it back when I made the assumption that you were competent.
So stupid.
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't
It's
have brought
okay.
it
It's
up.
that
fine.
stinks.
It's just the worst thing I've ever done.
Is Sean mad at you?
No, Sean felt bad for me.
He's a sweet guy.
He's such a
yeah,
sweetheart.
but I felt like an idiot and like he would never trust me again. But I think he's like helped me out since. So
Yeah.
I like flagellated myself so much like verbally. I think I like literally pulled out my own hair, which I do sometimes. That's personal, sorry, but yeah, I was very.
Don't
upset.
do that.
Yeah.
I also am regretting being mean to you just now because I sometimes forget that people that don't know us listen to this, and I'm so mean to you on the podcast.
No, I mean, I'm happy that you're jealous of me. It makes me happy when people are jealous
Yeah.
of me. But
I mean, like that story you just told me, like that sounds like a stress dream.
yeah,
Like
it
that
was-
sounds like you wake up at like 4 a.m.
I've
It's
had
like, I missed the
dreams.
show. Like,
I've had
you know.
dreams that I didn't miss the show, and then woken up and.
Oh no!
Man.
It's not like some career changer. I don't think like that's what Ariel Elias.
Well, that's
said
what
to
you
make
gotta
me
tell
feel.
yourself.
Well, Ariel Elias told me or told Julie to tell me that
Mm.
it's not a career changer.
But she is doing very well.
yeah, but she's doing very well. Like yeah, she's okay. She's
Isn't she
doing
like
very
up
well.
at like the cellar and shit all the time?
Sometimes she's doing okay. Y'all don't know who the fuck she is. No, she's doing great. She's very very funny.
Oh, she's up at a venue that puts Louis C.K. on stage, so you know.
I don't
that's-
even know. I don't know. She's done Caroline's. She's
Yeah.
like very good. And she's not just because of her credit. She's just very funny. From what I've seen.
She's very funny.
But yeah, she told Julie that it's not a career changer and that it wouldn't have done anything necessarily except for that like you're gonna meet cool people and like have a great set basically.
You know,
but,
that thing that your career relies on.
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, whatever. It doesn't even matter. Sam Talent said I was good on Facebook. That's my biggest credit. that
And
I've
where
ever
is
gotten.
Sam now?
Good.
Probably hungover
Sleeping.
as fuck.
Yeah.
That's right.
He was very drunk when he posted that. I hope he doesn't delete it.
Why would he?
And now I'm here.
What was his excuse just that he was hungover as fuck, or why did he cancel?
He said he felt like shit, so that's what I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want him
Plus,
to come
it's
if
also
he's-
like a big day for the guy, man. Fucking David's doing his half
Yeah.
hour, and like they've been best buds since they were like kids.
Yeah.
Didn't Vanessa Gonzalez film this weekend too?
Yeah.
Yeah. We should have had her on. Yeah.
Do you know her?
Just through the theater that shall not.
Formerly known as.
Yeah.
Is it slander or libel with words?
It's libel if you're speaking.
Yeah. You can't. Saying that you hate someone's not libel.
Chris I heard him
the
say
BTK
racial
killer.
slurs multiple times, and he thinks the Ted Bundy documentary is not problematic.
I don't think it's I don't think it's any more problematic than anyone. I haven't watched it, but I don't think it's any more problematic than anyone liking serial killers, which is extremely problematic.
Yeah, those takes are pretty bad.
Who gives a fuck?
Because also,
cares?
Well,
People are just projecting because they're horny when they watch it, and they're like, "I don't like that I'm horny. It's your fault." For
honestly,
making
no,
me horny.
So you just have to always be horny for everyone, and then you never feel guilty about it.
Speaking from experience.
Well, not every
This
adult.
half of the table.
both of those takes suck. Like the take that like why are we glorifying like a white male serial killer? It's like first of all, they're all white males.
Yeah.
Every serial killer.
Exactly.
But the other take where it's like Ted Bundy was so hot. Like no, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was kind of hot, but
Not
but he
really.
liked Richard Nixon, which is
That's your problem
He
with
was
Ted Bundy.
good-looking. And he killed people.
Yeah.
But like
Not as many
he
as
was
Nixon,
kind of
so,
hot.
you know.
I'm just saying if he wasn't a serial killer. Like, I'm saying, if you're viewing him just as, like, a person who's not a serial killer.
Totally average
were
looking.
viewing him as a piece of
I
meat.
see nothing there at
No,
all.
I don't know.
he's
Does that joke
attractive.
translate? I don't know.
Look at this face. He could have been.
Piece of meat.
He's not in. I don't think he's inherently
That was
particularly
dumb.
handsome,
He
but
didn't-
he has a
he
face
is.
Bundy
that
didn't
could
eat
pass
the
as
ladies,
handsome if
okay.
he was charismatic, which I think.
Okay,
he probably was.
are y'all are any of y'all attracted to men? It's okay if you are.
Yeah, slightly.
Slightly. Okay, because I think that he
It's
has.
okay. Thank you for. The
I have like a
permission.
few.
Because as someone who like, you know, that's sort of my main gender that I
He kind
fuck.
of looks like a.
He's
young
good
De Niro.
looking. Yeah.
I think I can tell what men are attractive, but I've been so far off base every time I talk to like gay men or straight women, where it's like I thought like young Donald Rumsfeld was a good looking guy. It's like no, he's pretty handsome.
Young George W. Bush was
Young
hot.
W, honestly, old W is like a
Yeah,
good
he's not
looking
bad
dude. Yeah, no,
looking.
he's a pretty handsome guy.
He is.
Thank you for
a
validating
Republican,
that.
For a Republican, he's extremely good looking.
Republican.
Yeah. You know what? He couldn't get it at all. Because he's old as hell and a murderer, but like, yeah, he's still kind of hot. If he was,
Are you telling me you haven't had sex with a murderer?
I don't think so. I probably have though. I bet Lath's killed somebody.
I was gonna say let's keep talking shit about your ex-boyfriend.
Yeah,
and my
Lath-
ex-roommate.
Lath loves attention. We like made up because one time we hated each other. I forgot specifically why, but like we always go back and forth between hating each other and not hating each other. Like we saw each other in public at a mic like a year ago, and he was like, "Oh, you," and I was like, "Ugh," and then he saw me again in public, and he was like, can I hang out with your parents? Like, Lath gets, like, really lonely, and then he wants to be friends again, but he, like, is emotionally very up and down.
Also, to be fair to Lath, probably when you were dating and he saw you, he probably was still like, ugh, you. Like, that was kind of his
thing.
approach.
Yeah, he would say, like, extremely mean stuff. Like, my friends were like, he's emotionally abusive, and I'm like, yeah,
Was he like a Neil Strauss, like the game?
Me.
Like...
It does, yeah, I don't know. He's just an idiot, and I know that this sounds so... And I guess it is emotional abuse to, like, be really, really mean to your girlfriend all the time.
Yeah, that's...
But I was really mean to him, too. But also, he, like, was doing it as a joke, and I knew that, and it wasn't offensive to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But he would definitely make comments about my body and personality.
If I
that were
call her
very mean.
fat, she'll want to fuck me more.
Did he do that in front of you?
I think I saw it a couple times.
Yeah, he didn't really do it. He did it in front of my female friends a lot, and I was like, "That's not a good move.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna hate you so much."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will.
Just be nice, man.
I'll catch
I was
myself
really
doing
mean to
that
him.
because that's like my dynamic with my friends is like shit talk.
Teasing?
And
Yeah.
teasing and like shit like ball breaking and stuff, and then I'll catch myself in a relationship doing that. It's like this is not the same.
No,
thing.
it's
Yeah.
not. I mean, I do it to Jeff probably too much, and like if I go too far, he'll like tell me though, so that is good.
That's my last relationship ended because of that, actually.
Oh, really? Wait, are you single now? Oh, I'm sorry.
I am single.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, sort of.
Fellas.
Yeah, I mean Ben and I have like a very strong emotional.
Oh, us. Yeah,
bond,
no, yeah. I mean, we're like forever friends.
I've been having sex recently. Don't feel sorry for me.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So in conclusion, the Ted Bundy documentary is problematic because there's not enough representation of POC and women in serial killer documentaries.
They
and
already made an Eileen Wuornos movie. I don't know what more you want.
How are young children of color supposed to know that they too can become serial
so
killers?
dumb. It's just like, yeah, I agree. I just think that like,
I mean, all true crime shit kind of weirds me out. I know some people like get something out of it that like might be more than just morbid fascination.
I'm
or
just
whatever,
morbidly
but
Purely
fascinated.
morbid fascination. Did you never go through like a serial killer phase?
No,
I did.
I absolutely did. Yeah.
I think
I'm
that
still in it.
that
I
shit
still think
scares
it's
me. Honestly, it's
interesting.
fucking terrifying.
I can't not, like I'll still go down like a rabbit hole like online
Same.
where I'll like read about a weird killing from the 70s and just like want to know everything about it.
I really think it's like a psychosexual, like part of everyone in the world is like violent. I don't know. I just think that like in our lizard brains, our wires are really crossed when it comes to sex and death. Which is like not a novel observation, but like
It's weird because I'm such a perv, but like I don't like violence and sex together. I just like really just nice, gentle, lazy sex.
what
I
is
mean,
it?
I think even like rough sex, like it should still be sweet. I don't know. For me, at least.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's
Like even if it's like
aftercare, baby.
even like during, like if
That
it's
makes
like
me
rough.
think of after school.
Aftercare, baby.
That's what your job is called.
Aftercare.
yeah.
That's what the perverts call it. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Gross.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's hot now.
No, I get it. I was like talking to a friend of mine who's like deep into like
Oops.
BDSM and stuff, and they were just telling me like part of it is like because there is such a weird, almost like subliminal connection, at least in this culture, between sex and like violence and aggression. Like when you put it on the surface, like in like a play acting scenario, like a BDSM thing, where it's
Right.
like there are rules, and this is like we're specifically
Oh,
like
yeah.
bringing it out. It's like a healthier outlet for that than when you have like kind of vanilla sex where there's like unwritten rules and no one's really sure what's
Right.
going on, and
No,
it's like comes
totally.
out in weird ways. Like when you like kind of like make a program out of it and you have like a specific like routine.
I mean, kinky people probably talk about consent more than
Way
anyone else.
more.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, people who are
Right.
into like rape play have way more consent conversations. I think that there are like fucking predators in the BDSM community big time, but I think for the most part it's like way healthier of a discourse about consent than vanilla sex. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the same
it's not
with,
based
like-
on like this is just passion. It's like,
Like-
no, this is there are rules to this, and
Poly
routine, and,
people
like,
are going to be talking about like emotional boundaries more than anyone else. That's
Absolutely.
like
Yeah.
most of being poly is like
Navigating.
navigating feelings and then occasionally some more fucking.
No, I don't care for that.
Being annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will also say this. Like, I think everyone I know who's like heavy into like S&M and shit, like they are the happiest, like nicest people
Yeah.
you will ever meet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
that's
they
get it out.
get it
They're,
out.
they're getting their
Yeah.
needs met.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
I tried to be, it was not healthy when I was in a, like, kind of, I was fucking this guy who was a professor at Loyola. He's an asshole. And he was really into BDSM stuff. And I, like, said I was into it. And then he basically, whenever I didn't want to do something or was weird about something, he treated me like I was, like, backing out on a promise. And
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's
it was
bad
really
news.
fucked up. And like part of the play was getting me like really drunk and making me take shots, which in retrospect is really bad. I probably shouldn't be talking about this on here, but I'm pretty sure he was affiliated with that like horrible Juicero thing. Let me find it. He'll never listen to this.
Do you not know about Juseo?
No?
It's very funny.
It basically they were selling like $500 bags that just squeezed vegetables.
It's like a Keurig machine for like juice.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's
Yeah.
like a Keurig. Yeah. Okay. For
But,
juice?
Yeah, you can just.
Yeah, it was
You could use, like, a
bags of
blender
juice,
as
and then
well.
you it was like a $1,200 something like machine
Yeah.
that squeezes a bag for you,
Yeah.
and you have to buy the bags from the company.
I love
as well.
that. Yeah.
Ivanka Trump was an investor.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure he was affiliated. Oh, that makes me so happy. And he still has a Twitter. And he's followed by some people that I know. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, the whole consent question when it comes to BDSM breaks down if you have like a power imbalance in the relationship where
Yeah.
like one person wants to do it.
Well, you said a professor, so I have to imagine this guy's like a lot older.
He had a
than you.
fridge full of kombucha. He's such an idiot. He was the most cartoonishly douchey guy I've probably ever slept with. But I used to like. There was a period. I'm actually really happy I went through this period because I should talk about it more because it's so funny. Like he was the most self-serious, like takes martial arts and does yoga type fucking fridge full of kombucha asshole. Oh, I hate him so much.
Wait, what kind of martial arts?
I forgot, but it was probably capoeira or something.
Of course it was.
What did he teach?
Music industry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's like new age American Psycho shit.
Well, that's like our old landlord.
Oh,
If we're calling people out by name, Heath Stevens, I'm coming for you too, bitch.
Why can't I do? If I don't mind, you don't have to cut it.
No, yeah. If I don't have to cut it, I'm
You don't
not.
have to cut
I'm
it.
not grumpy. But
Don't be grumpy.
All
I
right.
don't care. He won't listen to it, and I hate that guy.
Well, also, Heath is never going to hear this, and if he does, he dicked
He
us out
owes
of our
us
security
$900,
deposit. So
Yeah.
fuck
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, we left that place fucking better than it.
Yeah,
we
this
found
dude
it.
was creepy as shit. We were
He had a weird closet full of fucking like.
that was the least
Terrible.
creepy thing. Yeah, he had
Yeah.
to like a closet full of like bad like nude photography of like different women. It was just like it was in the shed, and he was the only one with the key, and we had to like store some shit in there one time, so we borrowed the key from him, and it was just like the walls were covered
Yeah,
in
that's
like
some horror
framed
movie
weird
shit.
nudes.
Yeah.
But
and
he was like always
masks
wearing
and stuff.
like a robe and like
yeah,
man.
linen
God.
pants, and he was like a yoga dude.
Yeah.
When we showed up too, he was like, I'm not too worried about, you guys like paying rent on time. You're like 3 like white kids from the north.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
and this is
shut
like in
the
the
fuck
upper
up,
ninth
dude.
ward. He's like, oh yeah, like it's like a good block. We got a lot of white people living here, but still playing that like yoga guy, like chill, bro.
Dude, yoga creeps are the worst fucking people. on earth.
When our friend Laura moved here, she completely by chance ended up renting out his room in his house that
Like
he
a
lived in
different
when he was out
property,
of
yeah.
town. And I went over to visit her one day. How many photos like framed of Jack Kerouac and Neil Cassidy do you think this guy had on the walls?
I'm gonna guess high now.
3.
Okay.
He had 3 different
That's a lot.
framed photos
Yeah.
of Jack fucking Kerouac on the walls. And then she was staying in his bed, and I went into her room to hang out. And over the bed, there was a painting that he had made of Krishna fucking a woman with a gigantic ass.
Jesus
like
Christ.
directly over his bed.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Yeah, that dude sucks.
Yeah, it's crazy how people can just adopt those like signifiers and think anyone's gonna. Well, no, but people do fall for it.
Dude, and then straight up one time I was talking to him, and he the person we were replacing in the house was Jewish, and she was starting a bagel company. Whatever. True story. But he straight up was telling me, he was like, yeah, she's like a nice Jewish girl. And then he puts up like a hook nose, like finger thing over his nose when he said it.
Man, how did I miss that? I guess he didn't do it in front of me because
He didn't do it in front of you.
Pete
yeah.
is also Jewish.
Pete is also, no, he was talking to me one-on-one. I guess I like look Germanic enough that he was cool with
Yeah,
that.
2 out of the 3 dudes there were Jews.
I fucking saw that guy at Eris like a year after we moved out of that house, and he was like wearing a fucking turban.
What's Eris?
It's like a parade, like an art kid parade.
Oh, okay. I only know the Uptown parades because I'm from here and I don't hate art.
I also hate art. I was at the Witches Ball last night.
Oh,
which
right.
sucked.
Yeah.
It was fine, as
Yeah, that's some real try hard shit. The like Bywater art scene.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not a part of it whatsoever, and it turns me off. So
now I'm gonna get
hard.
nervous because that's a bunch of people I'm friends with, and I'm not gonna talk.
Well, you don't have to say the bad
Overt
stuff.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a
I've seen
fine
some
party.
good shit at the galleries around here.
I mean, there's also so much shitty comedy in this city. Like,
That's
that doesn't
true. Yeah.
mean that every comedian's bad. It doesn't mean every artist is bad. There's just mostly shit in any scene.
Well, there's plenty of people that I like whose bands are awful.
Right.
You know?
no.
Yeah,
you know
but
who
a
you
lot
are.
of comedians are awful, and you can't really talk too much shit because you have to give them time to get better.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we could now just list them.
And I mean, a lot of...
Sean Patton, Kamari Stevens.
He's listing the good ones. That's the joke.
That's the joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kamari, I love you.
Yeah, he's great.
Hit or miss. No, I fucking love Kamari so much, man. No, he's hilarious.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Yeah, that's like another dude I'm like full on jealous of.
Yeah, the Bywater like art scene kids. It is very like, I don't know. their heart's in the right place.
Yeah.
It's like fundamentally like, all right, I get it.
And some of their
like,
hearts are bad.
And if you don't live in New
Well,
Orleans, like your city has a neighborhood like this. You know
Yeah,
what
exactly.
we're talking about.
Ow, God. I'm always surprised, like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't talk while I'm putting on deodorant. I can just smell myself.
I can't smell you.
Yeah, I can't smell you. I can smell myself.
I smell good. Yeah.
I can smell Luke.
Everyone,
Damn, I got re-hungover just
Me
now.
too, it's making it worse. Yep.
Right there.
everyone who moves into Bywater, just like read a listicle like that's 4 years old.
Yeah.
That's just like, this is the happening. It's like the new Brooklyn. And then like 4 years later, it's just like 4,000 Airbnbs and 12 people.
Right.
Who
So
like,
it's just like Brooklyn.
yeah, right. Well, no, I mean, I think they, right? Is Airbnb rampant in Brooklyn?
No, they shut that
Yeah,
down.
that's what I thought.
But it's still
Yeah,
a
I mean,
lot
there's still a
of-
bunch of like dorky people from Pennsylvania.
No, of course. I mean, I'm not. MD is
I'm
now
off the pod.
reclining on a in a wingback chair, looking rough.
Yeah, I feel rough.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Read one of your books, Michael.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's read some Jonathan Franzen.
Yeah. Infinite Jest.
That's a.
No one's ever actually read Infinite Jest. It's all right.
I read it.
I read it too.
It's about, what's it about? AA?
I did.
Yeah, it's about AA and tennis. Those are the two things that it's
You know,
about.
the most interesting
Actually,
things
you
to write
should
a book about.
You should read it.
Julie gave me the Augustin
And
Burroughs book Dry.
Spies?
I'm almost
I don't know, it's
finished
cool.
it after
yeah.
like starting it a month ago, and it's very insulting that she gave it to me because it's about AA, and I've thought about going to AA so much since I read it. But
But anyway, what were we gonna?
That's wild.
Somebody who left his.
who was the one that left his wife for Natalie Portman?
Yes, dude. Fucking
Salman
the
Rushdie.
Everything is Illuminated guy.
Devendra Banhart.
Jonathan Safran Foer.
Yeah.
Oh God! And then Natalie was like, "No, thank you."
Yeah.
He didn't even ask first.
They had they published their letters in the New York Times. Like they exchanged letters and published them, and it was like they were only corresponding so that they could it was like not a real intimate
right.
correspondence. And he fell in love with her and left his wife and did not consult her at all. And she was like, "No, dude."
Yeah. No.
And then he tried to kill Ronald Reagan.
Also, isn't she already married to someone else? Oh my God! Look how cute these kids are.
She married the choreographer for Black Swan.
Oh, okay, cool. Let me see what he looks like. He looks
Vincent
hot.
Cassell, or the actual choreographer.
I loved Black Swan, man. A lot of people thought it sucked, but I thought it was great.
I loved it. Are you
it's
kidding me?
fine.
What sucks
I don't
about
know.
it?
You also did ballet, right?
Yeah, I did ballet. I mean, I did ballet at a school that was like not competitive and like very chill, and it was just like trashy metairie people.
I forgot. So I
That's
forgot.
exactly what ballet should be.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was not like most of my friends who did ballet were like anorexic and got their
Right.
like waist measured.
You did ballet the way the Joker does ballet in the Jingle Bells song.
I did. Oh man, that's very good.
Thank you. Yeah. Well,
Has it been? How long has it been?
it's been really long.
It's been long. Let's
a
go
while,
home.
Can I finish my sandwich?
Yeah, finish your sandwich.
On mic?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Were
Just
you in-
gonna mute.
So tell us again why everyone hates your band.
So thanks for having me.
You guys have any shows coming up?
Are we doing plugs? Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess on February 23rd, we are playing a woman's birthday party at a laundromat.
Hell yeah.
Black and gold, wash and fold. It's gonna be us, the Painted Hands, who are a very good garage rock band, and then a couple of DJs, and then Bacchus Sunday will be playing at Poor Boys.
Okay.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's gonna be
sick.
brutal. Our best friends from Wisconsin are coming, and we are putting. I maybe shouldn't say this, but I will. We're putting together a set of like hair metal covers.
Oh, awesome.
So,
Are you guys doing Come On Illinois?
We're gonna play "Come Up with the Noise."
Fuck yes. All right.
Your boys are gonna cover a Guns N' Roses tune.
Do you think Slade counts as hair metal? Because they like.
Well, no, but Quiet Riot covered "Come On, Feel the Noise," so it's
Okay.
hair metal adjacent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, Bacchus Sunday at Poor Boys, Black and Gold Wash and Fold on some lady's birthday, whatever day that is.
February 23rd.
And also just stream their music. They do the theme song for this.
Yeah, our shit's on Spotify.
Bottom Feeders.
We have a 7-inch out right now on
Yeah,
Six
we do.
Tones.
Do you think Facebook heard us talking about ballet?
Yeah, definitely.
Six Tones to Share Records out of France. We have a 7-inch out, and on Goodland Records we have a full length. They're based out of Milwaukee, and we're on Spotify, which is how anyone who's listening to this will actually find us. But
Dragon's Den Friday nights. Always Lunch Saturday nights.
Also,
Michael has
come to
snot in
night
his
church so it
mustache.
doesn't suck as much. Yeah.
What-
Sydney Saloon Thursday nights.
Sydney Saloon Thursday nights.
That show could be good if you
Friday
showed
at the
up.
Dragon's Den every Friday at 8:30 upstairs. Comedy, fuck yeah.
and hey, I bartend at Bar Redux on Sunday nights. I don't know. Come get a drink.
Come kick
Come
it.
get it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for doing it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
having
Thanks,
me.
Luke.
Peace.
I'm glad I was hungover on the porch today.